I am so sick of buying gluten-free flour. We do not use it all that often, but I know that coming on winter, I'm going to want to because I'm going to want to make biscuits and all that type of stuff. So I pay $8.62 per pound. No, that is incorrect. For 3 pounds, and I want to bring that way down. So let's try to do that in this video. If you have not been here before, hi, I am Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 14 children. 12 of my children from ages 23 down to 2 are home, and I am also expecting a baby in October. So we are going to try to bring this bill down. I know with inflation and everything, you know, it's ridiculous. It didn't seem to be a big deal to buy prepackaged gluten-free flour, but now I'm like, that's a place that I could probably make it myself. So that is what we're doing today. We're gonna save boatloads of money, and I'll do the cost breakdown at the end of this video. Okay, so I'm trying to prep some like gluten-free type flours and flour blends to make my life a little bit easier and hopefully spend a lot less money than buying those prepackaged blends. So this is just ground up white rice. So we have 6.6 pounds of ground up white rice, which we ground in our wheat grinder. So the other two ingredients that we're doing in this basic recipe is tapioca flour and potato starch. So she is putting 2.2 pounds of potato starch into this here. So what she did was tear it out so that she could do 2.2 pounds on there. I think that I'll be able to buy potato starch and tapioca starch or flour, which is the same. Tapioca starch and flour are the same thing. I think I should be able to buy those in bulk at my health food store, so I am going to ask them. So then she's gonna do 1.2 pounds of this tapioca starch. So I have this bag right here that I got from Sam's Club. It's 50 pounds of rice, and she is filling up. Here's our wheat grinder. She is filling up the wheat grinder, and I think we got this. Yeah, this is just a magic mill, and I got it years ago off of eBay, which you can find actually a lot on eBay. So she's going to do that, and then she's putting it in here. And so this is just the white rice flour. The setting on the top here is fairly, can you move your hand for just a second? Is fairly fine. It's on this one right here. So what she's gonna do is this is the flour, and for each of the recipes, I'll tell you what we would do for each recipe, and she's going to measure it into here. Each recipe is going to make about this amount of pancakes. So I'm gonna fill this right here with like pancake mix in here. She's going to do the original recipe times 8, and then we're gonna mix it into here. So that recipe is going to be, so this was the gluten-free mix. You can do any percent that you want. I did it to make 10 pounds. And then for the pancakes, you're gonna do 210 grams, and then half a teaspoon of Xanax gum, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. So she's gonna do all of that there 8 times into this container. So you could just times this number by 8, or you could actually do it 8 times. And then, so the day of, you would have 1.5 cups of the mix above this mix. You'd have 1.5 cups of that, and then you would add 1 egg. And I would say 1 cup of milk. I did 1 1/4 was a little too much in that for us. So I'm gonna give you the basic cost for just the flour. And that would be, so I did 10 pounds. Normally I spend $8.62 for 3 pounds. and I did this in 10 pounds. So I ended up spending $11.62 roughly. It was hard to tell because some was like 2 ounces. I just kind of broke it down the best that I could. $11.62 for the 10 pounds, which is awesome. And I think in the future I can probably break that down more if I buy the potato starch and tapioca starch at my bulk. I have like, there's a bulk store. They used to be run by Mennonites. I'm not quite sure if they are or not anymore, but there is a bulk store in the city that sells bulk things. That's where I get my oatmeal and stuff, if they can get it. So in the future, I think I can actually bring it down further than I actually did today. But the cost today for me was $11.62. So if I were to buy that same amount of flour in the bag, like pre-bag type things, I would spend over $28 for that. So that is a huge savings, guys. So I hope you all can try this recipe out and try it yourself for a huge savings. I have not tried it in all recipes. I'm imagining that you probably would need to add more ingredients if you were doing like a 1-for-1 in other recipes. I'm going to try and make biscuits with this as well, and I'll let you know how those turn out. But for right now, this is just making like a bulk pancake mix, and that's how I'm going to like label this video, is doing like a bulk pancake mix, because it was really inexpensive to be able to do it that way. So I hope y'all have a blessed and lovely day, and let me know if you try it in the comments below, if you try it or if you have a favorite blend that you like to do. Thanks.